All right, you finally got her. You went through all the effort of approaching and dating and winning her over. She's your girlfriend now. Mission accomplished, right? Wrong, the work doesn't end when she says yes. In fact, that's where it begins. Because getting the girl is just the beginning of the journey. The real challenge is keeping her, keeping the connection alive, keeping the spark burning and building something meaningful and lasting with her over time. The first year of a relationship is absolutely critical. It's the proving ground where most couples either start laying down the foundation of something incredible that can last years or even a lifetime, or they unknowingly begin making the same mistakes that slowly poison the connection until things fall apart, often without either person even understanding why it happened. And here's the brutal truth. Most men have absolutely no clue what women truly need during that first year to feel secure, attracted, and emotionally invested, and even fewer men realize how that year sets the tone for everything that comes after it. So today, I'm going to break down exactly what's happening inside her mind during that first year, what she's secretly hoping for, what she's afraid of, and the specific mindset and actions you need to take if you want her to not just stay interested, but to fall even deeper in love with you than she was in the beginning. By the way, I'm Mary, and from this point on, I'm going to be your personal wing girl, your no BS insider source for decoding female psychology, understanding what women actually want, not just what they say they want, and showing you the most effective and proven methods to win over not just any woman, but the right woman for you, the one who inspires you to be your best self and build a relationship that brings out the best in both of you. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now, because every single week I'm going to be dropping powerful new videos that give you real tools, real understanding, and real insight into how to master your dating life and relationship success. And if you're ready to go even deeper and want more intense, bold, and actionable strategies, then join me on Psycho 2. A ditto where we go far beyond surface-level advice and dig into the psychology, the biology, and the hard truths that no one else is willing to tell you. Now let's talk about what actually happens during that first year of a relationship and why it's so crucial to understand these phases, because every relationship goes through them, whether you realize it or not. Months 1 to 3. This is what I call the evaluation phase. During this time, everything feels amazing. The excitement is high. You're both on your best behavior. The sex is passionate. The connection feels electric. You're discovering each other. Everything feels new and special. But here's the key part. During this phase, she's not just enjoying the ride. She's evaluating you on every level. She's quietly observing how you handle frustration, how you treat people who can't benefit you, like waiters and customer service reps. She's noticing how you speak about your exes, how you show up when something goes wrong, how consistent your energy is. She's forming an emotional blueprint of who you really are behind the charming surface. Then comes months 4 to 6, the testing phase. Now the honeymoon high starts to fade a little bit. You both begin to reveal more of your true selves, the quirks, the habits, the mood swings. This is when she begins testing your consistency to see if the man she started dating is the man you actually are in day-to-day life. Will you still pursue her when things aren't convenient? Will you still make an effort when the novelty wears off? Will you keep being a rock when her emotions get messy or when real life gets stressful and complicated? This is when the rubber meets the road. And then we arrive at months 7 to 12, the decision phase. This is when she begins to ask herself, is this my person? Is this the man I want to build a future with? Is this someone I can trust with my heart, with my goals, with my life? She's looking for patterns. She's evaluating. How well you handle tension, how you communicate through conflict, whether your values align, whether your actions match your words, whether the attraction and emotional connection are sustainable beyond just infatuation. And here's where most men start to get it completely wrong. They think that because she's their girlfriend now, she should be satisfied. They believe the work is done, that they've already proved themselves. But in her mind, this is the part where she's still deciding whether she made the right choice. And here's the truth that most men need to hear. Women do not fall for a man once and stay there automatically. Attraction is not a one-time achievement. It's an emotional state that must be nurtured consistently, especially during the first year when everything is still being formed and tested. And there are 3 core things she needs from you during this time, 3 non-negotiable pillars that determine whether her attraction deepens and solidifies or slowly erodes over time. Pillar number 1, she craves consistent leadership. And let me be clear, leadership is not about being controlling or dominating or acting like a dictator. It's about taking confident initiative. It's about moving with purpose and clarity. It's about being a man who doesn't wait around for others to make life happen. He makes life happen. In the early stages of dating, you were leading without even thinking about it. You were planning the dates, making the moves, setting the tone, choosing the restaurant, organizing the day, suggesting activities. You were driving the energy forward. But what most men do after getting into a relationship is they stop leading. They start outsourcing every decision they begin. Asking her what she wants to do all the time, they lose their edge, their decisiveness, their initiative. And this slowly chips away at the polarity. She wants to feel like she's with a man who knows where he's going in life, who makes decisions without fear, who can carry the weight of life without needing to be mothered or managed by her. And in practical terms, this means continuing to plan thoughtful date nights without needing her input on every detail, handling logistics like reservations, and timing solving problems, proactively being decisive about your own life and goals and boundaries. She wants to feel like she's with a man who can lead. Not because he needs control, but because he has direction and conviction, and that creates safety, that creates attraction, and that gives her the freedom to relax into her feminine energy. Pillar number 2, emotional consistency. This is a massive one, and it's where so many men unconsciously sabotage the relationship without even realizing. During the dating phase, you were probably more emotionally centered, more grounded, more relaxed. You didn't overreact to small things. You kept your cool under pressure, and she felt drawn to your stability. But once the relationship settles, many men begin to drop the ball here. They start becoming reactive. They start unloading their stress on her, becoming moody, taking things personally, getting pouty when things don't go their way, showing signs of emotional immaturity and inconsistency. And yes, women do this too. But the reason this hits men harder is because women are biologically wired to seek emotional safety in a partner, and when you become unpredictable emotionally, it erodes that safety. This doesn't mean you have to suppress your emotions or become a stoic robot. It means being intentional and mature about how you express your emotions. You communicate without dumping. You stay grounded when life gets chaotic. You remain a steady presence even when you're having a hard day. A man who can remain emotionally consistent during conflict, stress, and uncertainty is a man she can trust with her heart, with her body, with her future. Pillar number 3, mystery and growth. This is the secret ingredient that most men don't realize is essential to long-term attraction. Women get bored, not because they want new people, but because they want new experiences and discovery within the person they're with. In the beginning, you had your own life, your hobbies, your Goals, your friends, your dreams. You were interesting, you had depth, but too many men stop evolving once they enter a relationship. They become predictable. They stop taking risks. They give up their independence and become overly available. They stop surprising her and showing new layers of who they are. And slowly but surely, she starts to feel like she knows everything about you, and the attraction begins to fade. Not because she stopped loving you, but because she stopped being intrigued by you. So you need to keep growing as a man, pursue your passions, expand your skill sets, keep friendships alive, work on your goals, read new books, explore new hobbies, surprise her now and then with a new side of yourself. Be a man who is always evolving, always becoming more of himself, because that is what keeps her interested, curious, and magnetically drawn to you. Now let's quickly go over the 3 biggest mistakes most men make during the first year. Mistake number 1, getting too comfortable. Too quickly you stop dressing well, you stop flirting, you stop planning special experiences, you treat her like a roommate or like a given instead of someone you're still trying to impress and win over every day. Mistake number 2, losing your independence. You cancel on friends, you drop your hobbies, you make her your entire world thinking that will show her how much you care. But instead, it creates pressure and dependency and makes you less attractive over time. Mistake number 3, assuming she should just be happy because you're with her, thinking that your presence alone is enough. That because you chose her, she should automatically feel appreciated, instead of continually giving her real reasons to feel cherished and valued. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Ari. That sounds exhausting. It sounds like a lot of work. And why is it always the man who has to lead and guide and do all of this emotional heavy lifting while she just gets to be in her feminine? And I get it. I truly do. I'm not here to be unfair or promote imbalance. I'm here to tell you the truth, because here's what you might not know. When you consistently lead with strength, stability, and intention, she naturally responds with affection, playfulness, admiration, and sexual openness. When you stay in your masculine energy, it invites her into her feminine energy, which is where she is most loving, most supportive, most sensual, and most connected to you. When that balance is in place, when the man stays grounded in his masculine and the woman can relax into her feminine, something magical happens. The relationship stops feeling like work and starts flowing with natural chemistry, emotional or connection and desire, because she doesn't feel like she has to take charge all the time. She doesn't feel like she's dating a boy who needs to be mothered. She feels like she's with a man she can trust, admire, and surrender to. But when that balance is flipped, when she has to become the leader, when she's the one always planning, always making decisions, always initiating communication, and carrying the emotional weight, she starts to harden, she becomes more masculine. And when that happens, she doesn't like who she becomes. She becomes cold, she gets annoyed easily, she starts criticizing and nagging. She begins losing her softness, her warmth, her desire to be close, her appreciation for you starts fading. And eventually, she withdraws emotionally, mentally, physically, and sexually. And again, this isn't because she's mean or ungrateful or unstable. It's because her biology and psychology are wired to respond to masculine energy with femininity. When that masculine presence disappears, she instinctively fills that void, but resents the fact that she has to do it, and the resentment builds until one day she just checks out. And by the time she pulls away, it's often too late. She's already emotionally disconnected. And the man is sitting there confused, wondering what happened, because in his mind everything was fine. She was just acting different. He didn't realize that she had been slowly losing attraction and respect for months, maybe longer. That's why I keep emphasizing this. The first year of a relationship is not about maintaining the image you presented during the chase. It's about proving that the qualities that attracted her to you in the first place weren't just for show. They're who you really are consistently, not just when you want to impress her, but when life gets messy, when things aren't exciting, when the relationship becomes real. This is where you prove that you are not just boyfriend material, but life partner material, and that's a whole different level of emotional strength, leadership, and personal integrity. So let me say this again, loud and clear. A woman does not owe you her continued attraction just because she agreed to be your girlfriend. Attraction is earned continuously, not just with flowers and dates, but with how you show up, how you lead, how you communicate, how you hold yourself to your own standards, and how you keep growing as a man. And yes, she also has to earn your love and respect. Relationships are not one-sided. This is not about men doing all the work, while women just sit back and enjoy the benefits. But the truth is, masculine and feminine energy work in a very specific way. And if you want her to stay in her feminine, which means being playful, loving, soft, sexy, nurturing, and deeply appreciative of you, then you have to do your part and stay in your masculine, which means being grounded, leading with strength, managing your emotions, and continuing to evolve, so you stay interesting and inspiring to her. Now, I want to share something that most men overlook completely, but it might be the single most powerful tool you have to maintain attraction and spark throughout the first year and beyond, and that is the art of flirting. Yes, flirting with your woman is absolutely essential, and it's something that too many men completely drop once they're in a relationship. They think flirting is just something you do to get the girl in the beginning. But once she's yours, you don't need it anymore. Wrong flirting is not optional. It is not just for pickup artists or dating apps. It is one of the core ways women feel desired, playful, turned on, and emotionally connected to their man. When you stop flirting, you stop creating sexual tension. You stop making her feel feminine and wanted and desired. You stop being the playful, mysterious, confident man who first captured her heart and made her fantasize about you. When you flirt with her, you remind her that she's still exciting to you, still beautiful, still someone you want, not just someone you have. Flirting isn't about cheesy pickup lines or acting like a clown. It's about teasing her lightly, making her laugh, making her blush, giving her those looks that say, "I still want you right now." It's about whispering something suggestive in her ear at dinner, sending a cheeky message in the middle of the day, initiating playful touches while you're cooking together. It's about building that subtle sexual tension that makes her look at you like you're still the most attractive man in the room. And that's why I created the F formula, my complete step-by-step system for mastering the art of flirting in a way that keeps attraction alive and growing, no matter how long you've been together. This isn't about being fake or putting on a show. It's about unlocking your natural masculine flirting energy and learning how to use it to turn your woman on emotionally and physically. Again and again, the F formula breaks down how to use body language, tone, humor, timing, and tension to create that spark that keeps her wanting more. It shows you how to keep things fun, unpredictable, and sexually charged without ever being inappropriate or needy, and it teaches you how to flirt in a way that makes her feel like the luckiest woman alive to be with you. Because here's the truth, a woman who feels flirted with regularly is a woman who stays turned on, emotionally engaged, and loyal. She doesn't need to seek validation elsewhere because you're already giving her what she craves most, and that's to feel wanted by the man she chose. So if you want to not just keep your relationship alive, but make it better than ever, more passionate, more playful, more intimate, then you need to learn how to flirt with your woman the right way, consistently, with confidence and with intention. And that's what the F formula is all about. So if you're serious about creating a magnetic, lasting connection where she looks at you with desire every day, go click the link in the description below and check it out now. Because this isn't just about learning a skill, it's about mastering an energy that makes you irresistible to the woman you love. That's it for today's lesson. And if you've made it this far, I already know you're not just the kind of guy who wants surface-level dating advice. You're the kind of man who wants to understand women deeply, to grow into your full potential, and to create the kind of relationship most people only dream about. So stay tuned, because we are just getting started. And next week I'm going to dive even deeper into how to build emotional intimacy with a woman in a way that makes her feel safe, open, and completely connected to you on a soul level, not just sexually, but emotionally and spiritually too. Until then, keep showing up, keep leading, keep growing, and keep choosing her every single day. Because when you do, that you won't just have a girlfriend or a wife. You'll have a woman who is obsessed with you, who supports you, who respects you, who desires you, and who feels proud to call you her man. And that is exactly what you deserve.